Okay. Susie, if you can read the GSFE mission as our opening meeting.
Okay, ladies, our mission is to empower, inspire, mentor, educate, and connect women so they can become successful entrepreneurs and enjoy fulfilling, productive, and abundant lives.
Okay, thank you. So I have a very just a short quote because and I'm reading this from the dog book. Really important stuff my dog has taught me. You know, everybody knows that I love dog. Uh, so this is one of the quote. It says, "Don't allow an unfortunate backstory to dictate your future." And I always learned that from my dad too, because you know my dad has very bad childhood, but he became a very successful businessman because he just will not accept anything that is what was told to him. So to me, you know, we dictate our own future. Basically, that's how I believe. Don't allow anybody to tell you that you're not good enough. You are who you are and you create your own future. So the next thing we're going to do is announcement. The first announcement, I like to have the anybody who has September birthday before we do announcement. September birthday? No? Okay, nobody have a September birthday. Okay. Next is that Robbie, you have announcement. Do you have ready for the
Yes, I
announcement?
do.
Okay.
First off, the first thing I wanted to mention, for those of you that are in the California area, on September 26th, Friday at 5 p.m. at the Moose Lodge in Quail Valley, we're doing a celebration for Jerome Robinson. Jerome Robinson is a second generation leader, sing with the Platters, and he has decided after 57 years to no longer perform. And he has performed for us for over 20 years free, plus many nonprofits and organizations in the California area. So we thought it would be nice to give him a great send off. So we have a dinner planned, and the menu is um, uh, meatloaf, mashed potatoes, gravy, vegetable, and a green salad and dessert for $25. And then if you want anything to drink, you'll order it from the Moose Lodge direct and pay them direct. Their drinks are about $5, so they're quite a bargain. But you need to RSVP to me because I have to give the caterer account. The other thing is we've sent out information on the Goddess birthday calendar, and the deadline for that is going to be September 30th because Marcy has to have time to put the calendar together. The cost is $45, and you get your picture and your birthday on your month. So if you're interested, let me know. And actually, what's really funny, you just asked if there was any September birthdays. We have nobody for September, but I know we do have some members that have September birthdays. So they're just probably not in the virtual group.
Yes.
But we need some September ones because that's the only month we don't have anybody yet. The
Wow.
other thing, International World Kindness Day is November 13th at the Hyatt Regency in Huntington Beach, which is a beautiful spot. The cost is $80. That includes luncheon, plus we're making it a goddess event, and everybody's going to get a banner with their goddess name on it. So you need to pick a goddess name. Men become dukes, so they can come up with a duke name. And if you, we're doing, Lady Blingy is making the banners with the name, and we're paying her for that. But if you want to bling before your name and after your name, you'll pay her an additional $15 because we're paying 20 each for the banner. With 100 people, that's $2,000 right there. We just can't pay the extra. Then the other thing is October 21st to 23rd in Vegas, we have a collaboration with GIA Global International Alliance, and it's going to be the honorary graduation. We have 10 GSFE already going. There's still a chance if you're interested to go to Vegas, and we also have one just graduate in Atlanta. So if you're interested, get in touch with me. The other thing that's happening on December 3rd, for those of you in California, we're doing a holiday party, and it's going to be at Jack's Barbecue in Lake Elsinore. There's no cost to attend. You'll just order whatever you want to order for food and pay the restaurant direct. And Angeline is going to work on a virtual holiday for all of our out of California. It'll be only open to out of California virtuals because the ones in California can actually come to our event. So we have a lot more. You got your calendar, so take a look at it. Also, the other thing is on October 18th, we're doing glamour shots at my house with Liz. So any questions, call me or just look at your calendar.
Okay, I just want to make that notice about the outside California, Southern California. I'm talking about not just California, Southern California. However, if you are a virtual member, okay, Virtual Thursday member, of course, we would like you to come to the virtual because I know you're Southern California, you are virtual members, so you can attend this holiday on the virtual. And it is no cost either. So people can come and join us. And then if you want to bring the guests, you can do that.
So
And
Angela, if you'll give me the date, we'll add it to the calendar because I have
yes,
Marcy adding some
so
things.
this is the way that because I am not changing it, and that's why I am going to
So
make
your
the
first
announcement now
Thursday.
so people can make plan. Okay. If the first Thursday of the month in December is December 4th. So
Okay.
we're gonna have that date. We're not
Okay.
changing it because I know many of you already blocked that day for virtual meetings. So I'm just going to give that as the virtual holiday,
Good.
which is
Okay.
December 4th.
I'll have her add.
Yeah, and I will create the flyer and in advance, but so no cost. So, but you do need to register because with virtual, for security, and I don't want our meeting to be hacked by anybody just coming in. Please register, even though it doesn't cost you. Register or text me or text Susie that you're coming, and we will give you the Zoom link because I'm not just sending out the Zoom link to anybody because I don't want people that we don't recognize to come. And because this is for GSFE and their guests. So in other words, if you have a guest that wants to come to celebrate holiday, please feel free to bring them coming in and it's no cost. But we would like to have somebody that either GSFE friend or GSFE gas, members. So Wendy, if you have a friend that you can bring it in because you invite them. So that's what I'm just giving for example. So I'm not opening it to anybody that we don't know because this is a free meeting and usually we have, and again, it is not mandatory, okay, optional, that if you want to provide a gift, we ask you kindly to do this digitally because it's not going to cost you to ship. But if you want to ship, that's fine. But I just want to make sure that you know that because sometimes we do have member from London that I don't want you to ending up shipping to England, your gift. So what I asked you, just a digital gift, because then you just can email that gift. And so if you want, please let Susie or me know about it. And then during the holiday, I will ask you, like, okay, for example, again, Kay, you have a gift. Okay, tell me what your gift is because I want people to know. And then what we do is we draw the gifts. Okay, so it'll be fun to do that. Okay, but let me know in advance so I can call your name and tell, and then you get a chance. You tell me who you are and then what gift it is. Okay, so I'm giving you in advance the announcement, and we're going to keep announcing it, right, Susie, at any meeting, so you'll remember of that event.
Right.
for those of you are GSFE membership, if you have not signed the membership agreement, I would appreciate if you do that. And the reason we do this, and because there are some challenges that members don't understand the protocol, and so because of that, we have that agreement. Okay, it's not something that we're going. Some people said, okay, if I sign it, that what the consequence is. No, we are not doing that. And I think Wendy and somebody else who has an organization, you understand, sometimes we do have to have a certain standard. And because we are a professional organization, even though we are nonprofit, but I think that we do need to have a standard. Any comment on that? Okay, but submit that to your network. So, because I know some of you are having it from another network. Okay. And Susie, do you have any announcement that I forget or I did not?
No, I think you and Robbie covered it all.
Okay. Okay.
I have one more announcement I wanted to make. When I was in Africa, we met a woman who is setting up pop-up libraries for women because they don't have any books. So for the Kindness Day, I'm asking each member if they could bring one book that we can donate to these women, because she's making these pop-up libraries all over Africa. And I'm working on finding somebody, a shipping company that maybe would donate their time to ship all the books. I have almost 75 books already, but if even if one book would be great. So if they would bring it that day, or somehow if they're not coming, see that we get the book, that would be great.
Okay,
Okay.
that's
Okay,
great.
great.
Okay,
So
good.
the next announcement is that I want to give a special recognition that, as you know, that we had the Loney, Robbie, if you can chime in, a Loney Humanitarian Award that representing GSFE Virtual Network, and that person is Susie Merswick. So I want to recognize Susie. Thank you for your dedication and to humanity. And tell me, and this is something what you did, and we mentioned about that. What is the organization that you are supporting?
Yes, it's called Samaritan's Purse. It's an international foundation, and they do a lot of charitable work all over the globe when there's disasters like floods, hurricanes, tsunamis, and so forth. They are right in there. But the other thing they do is they have an outreach to children all over the world in untouched particles of the world on mountaintops where they will receive a present at Christmas time, and I have been working with them as a volunteer for about the last 15 years, collecting items for kids, boxing them up, and then in the fall, we work as volunteers in Orange County. We put everything in boxes, make them in pallets. They're divided into girls and boys, and they go out across the globe to kids that have never received a gift. So I always ask for anyone that would like to make a donation. Last year, I had a table at Kindness Day, and people were able to make monetary donations because I have to pay shipping on every gift. And last year, I also was able to compile 100 boxes of gifts for kids. And I accumulate this stuff all year long in my spare room. And some people, give me other donations like school supplies, hats, gloves, scarves, little stuffed animals, and so forth. Hair doodles, combs, brushes, and whatnot. And if anybody in our organization would like to contribute, that's always welcome.
Thank you, Susie. So the next award that was from the Royal Kutai Mullah Marman Peace International Institute, and this is the one that for our network that the recipient from the virtual network is Dr. Shabra Dorsey. And so, Shebra, tell me what this organization, I mean, you help, I know it's some what you did for the country in Africa. Tell me briefly about it. This is
Hello, everyone. I'm Ambassador Dr. Shobra Dorsey. It's so good to be on this number one. I love this. Anyway, I wanted to tell you guys that I have a mission. It's called Helping Women Through Leadership and Fashion. And what it does is we make beautiful shawls here at my boutique, and we give to the mission to help those women in South Sudan, also helping women who are homeless. So both of my organizations really are helping a lot of women right now, and they buy these beautiful shawls, as I'm gonna just show you. I don't know, because they're beautiful. But anyway, these are handmade, hand sewn. Everything's done right here on location. And it helps many women when they purchase. Our proceeds go to helping women in South Sudan and again, homeless women. So I think it's a great opportunity to help other people and to give back to our communities through fashion. And that is what I do. And so I'm so grateful. Susie has donated. Thank you so much, Susie. We thank you also, Angeline, for coming to the beautiful boutique. You were able to see the shawls and all the beautiful dresses that people purchase and goes to missions. So we want to thank you guys so much.
Thank you. And I don't know if you can see, this is the one, it is bad because
Oh,
it's, yeah. I'm going to ship it to you because Robbie gave it to me when I was, and
oh my gosh.
so,
Thank
and
you
I will
guys
have to
so
ship
much.
it. And, but for Susie, she already has it and
Yes.
she was presented, so I didn't have a copy.
Yeah, Susie,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
And then,
Oh, you're welcome.
yeah, and
those
then the last
yeah,
one is the
yeah.
for the GSFE themselves. GSFE nominate from each representing each network. So just to let you know that this is the member of the Virtual Thursday, the one that received it. And she could not be here is Jill Lublin, and she's the one that received the GSFE award for humanitarian. And so and I want to thank you, all of you, for supporting GSFE on this event. And I know that we get a chance to present that at the book signing, and that was really fun. In fact, I talked to a couple of the audience there, you know, the attendees that were not GSFE. And Robbie, I said, you know that singer there? He said, that is his mother, the one that founded it. Oh, and then I pointed out, you know, who she is. And then I said, you know, she's 89 years old. And people, this group said, you kidding me? And so it created a conversation, but they said it was really fun. There's so many ladies just having fun, and they look very, they're enjoying themselves. And so, you know me, I just like to, because I saw some dogs and
And one of your
LBD
members
dogs.
flew in all the way from North Carolina.
Yes, and she received also the humanitarian award, and she should be able to join us starting next year. And she's trying to organize things because I know she just lost her husband, you know, a few weeks ago. So that she decided, you know, life must go on, and she's going to help us create having the for us to use the LinkedIn
It's
for
already
each
created,
group.
so people just need to go on and follow it now, and you
Yeah,
can
so
post
she's
on
going
it.
to, and I will find out what month, and she's going to help us explain that, how it works, and what we need to do. So, okay, thank you so much. Okay, so now we're going to have photo and oh. Joan is going to take the photo of our meeting and thank you, Joan. She is our photographer.
Yes, and it's so good to see everybody. And I'm going to take your picture, and you're going to be looking beautiful and lovely because you're going to all look into your camera and smile. And yeah, you guys are looking good now. Love it. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yep. Like that. Like that. Okay. I'm going to take a couple of more and then I'll be done. Good. Chebra, you got your whole face in there. I'm glad to see your whole face. So, okay. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. And I will, when I send the recording, I will also send the photo. And then I just have a question. Do you need me to send a copy of the chat, or is that something you already have your own? Um, Please just give me a comment in here because I do always save the chat. So because I want to make sure that you have that chat, a copy of the chat. Okay. Okay. I'm saving this. So the next, and we are going now having our speaker. So Susie is going to introduce our speaker. And hold on, Susie, I'm gonna stop. Yeah, okay, hold on. Yes. Okay, go ahead, Susie. Thank you.
Okay. Welcome, ladies. Today it's my privilege to introduce a new speaker to our group, Kim Julen, founder of Finding Your Fiji and the Love Your Life group coaching initiative. She's a feng shui expert, a psychic and intuitive life and business coach. She helps you to stop spinning your wheels and second guessing your decisions and start taking action with confidence and clarity to navigate your life and business with ease. Working with Kim shifts how you feel about your space, your life, and bringing harmony to your head, heart, and home. A fun fact, Kim moved from Minnesota to Maui, sight unseen, in 2017 to live her dream life, and she loves helping others to find their Fiji too. Now we welcome Kim.
Thank you, Kim. You muted.
There we go. Now you can hear me. Got my screen and I can see also the chat there. So can everybody see the screen all right?
Yes, I could.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. So today I'm going to jump right into this because I have a lot to share. So we're talking about ways to use feng shui to boost your business. And there's a lot of quick and easy things that you can do to make shifts and to welcome in new clients. So today, sort of the plan, I'm going to share with you what feng shui is and also what it isn't, because there's some misconceptions out there. How to energetically attract more clients, where to put your desk for success, and some ways to really get clear on your vision and be able to focus a little bit more within your business. And then when not to do a feng shui adjustment. So there is actually a time when it's not a good idea to do it. And then, of course, I'll share more about how to learn a little bit more about feng shui. I have a free gift that I'm offering for you guys. And as far as questions, I will be looking at the chat, but I would love for you to put a big Q in front of your question in the chat. And most of them I'm going to hold until the end, unless it's something really pertinent to what I'm talking about. So I just have a lot that I want to share with you, and I want to use as much of that time that I can for that. And we will have a Q&A portion at the end of it. So. All right, so a little bit more about me. Susie shared a little bit about my background. I studied Feng Shui since 1999. I did that on my own for quite some time after we had some difficulties in our new home. Things weren't going well, and I stumbled across, as you will, a book on Feng Shui and began really just studying it intensely. And then in 2014, I met my Feng Shui teacher and started my training. It was a 10-month training program, 99 plus hours. And I'm trained in both BTB, which is more of the westernized version of Feng Shui, and also Flying Star, which is based on Compass. I am an International Feng Shui Guild Red Ribbon practitioner and a board member of the International Feng Shui Guild since 2017. Plus, I'm on the Feng Shui Summit Committee and also am responsible for selecting fortuitous dates for them for having the summit. And it is a free summit, so that is something that you can check out with them as well. I'm a certified angel card reader as well. I've got training with a lot of different people, so we already kind of talked about that. Let's see. So this is kind of my heart, my world. I live on Maui, so this is a picture of me on Maui. And yes, those are angel wings. My photographer actually happened to have some angel wings. I have a real strong connection with angels. This is my partner, Eric, and my boys, Ben and Zach. Ben lives in Minnesota still, and Zach is in Asheville. We're now kind of splitting time between Maui and Olympia, Washington. So kind of going back and forth, which has been fun. And then I come from a really big family. This picture doesn't have me in it, actually, but I have 5 siblings, so 4 sisters and a brother. And my parents are both passed now, but we, have big family and lots of cousins as well. So, okay. So what can Feng Shui do for you? Personally, it can increase opportunities. It can improve your relationships. It can help you attract a partner, even improve business relationships or romantic relationships. It can bring in more money for sure, keep money from going out, help you find your purpose. Resolve child behavioral issues or even kids that have trouble sleeping, that type of thing. It can really help with that. It's phenomenal at selling houses. I just had another person that had their house on the market for a long time and came to me kind of out of desperation, and it sold. Like within, a couple weeks it sold. So there's a lot that we can do with that. And of course, it can also improve your health as well. Okay. And then business. What can I do? Whoops, I skipped on there. For business specifically, which is what we're talking about today, it can definitely increase money flow. It can help you get a job. It can improve your reputation, so how you're seen in the world. And it can also improve relationship with your bosses, clients, partners. It can help you attract and retain clients, as well as assist you in completing projects. It can increase your focus and clarity, and of course, help retain employees, promote teamwork, so much more. Just bringing a lot of harmony into your work world, if you will. So what is Feng Shui? First of all, how's it pronounced? It's pronounced Feng Shui. So that is a little bit different. Sometimes I hear people say Feng Shui, or there's all kinds of different ways people pronounce it, but it is Feng Shui. And it literally means wind and water. And it's a very ancient Chinese art and science. It's been around for thousands and thousands of years. So it is both an art and a science of placement. It is not interior design, although it definitely can. I know many Feng Shui practitioners that are interior designers, so they use it in their design. So it is not though interior design. It's not about moving all your furniture around, which is what some people think. It's very much about feeling the energy of a space and balancing that. So the 4 Feng Shui principles that we work with are that everything is energy. And that means even, the pen that you hold, the paper that's in front of you, anything in your home is considered energy. And sometimes we don't always understand that, but you don't actually need to understand how it works to use it. So that is one thing I've found. Intention is key in Feng Shui. So it's not just about moving your stuff. It is really about what are you wanting to attract? What are you wanting to create in your life? And then we use nature as a model for balance. And that means using the 5 Feng Shui elements. That would be earth, metal, fire, water, and wood. We're not going to get into all of that today, but I just want you to be aware that we do use the elements to help balance spaces. And then your space reflects your life, and it also affects your life. So I actually kind of fun party trick. I can go into someone's home and not know them at all and tell them what's going on in their life because I can see what's happening with the energy. And then the other thing to know about Feng Shui is it's a lifestyle. It's really not just a do in a weekend kind of thing and be done with it. It really is a different way of looking at your things and your home and your spaces and your life on an ongoing basis. So, and then here is our beautiful Bagua. So, Feng Shui Bagua. The Bagua actually is a mental map of your space. And Ba means eight, and Gua means side. So, you'll see on, if you look at this little interior spot, you'll see the eight sides here. And although there are 9 squares, the ninth square is the center. And that is our health. And the health really impacts everything else. So just as, this diagram shows, it's in the center. It touches everything. So it is really one thing that we often focus on as well. Oh, yeah. So Carol took classes from Carol Heider as well. I was trained with Carol Heider in Minneapolis. That's awesome. So each area of the Bagua correlates with an area of your life. And the Bagua orientation is based on the front door. So the front door is going to be kind of at the bottom. And then this map would line up that way. And you can also actually use this on a single room. So on your office, for example, you could use this and line it up the same way where the door to the room is on this bottom line here. And I do have this exact Bagua comes with my free gift that I'm going to share with you guys at the end. You can also find that on my website. If there's other people that you know that are interested in that, you definitely can refer them to my website and they can grab it there as well. Okay, let's see. So the steps to Feng Shui, there are 4 simple steps, and I want to really just share these, even though we're not going to talk about most of them in depth, but clearing the energy is really important, and that can be just as simple as clapping throughout the space to clear the energy. There's a lot more sophisticated ways to do that. I do that when I'm helping clients sell homes. I clear the energy because people feel it when they're coming into a space, and even before they get there, people will have appointments set up and then the folks will cancel on them, but it's because they feel the energy of the space often. So that's the first step. The second step, of course, is clearing clutter. We can't talk about Feng Shui without talking about clutter because clutter is stuck energy. So there's a couple little ideas for you on what you can do to get started with that. I love the idea of clearing 90 emails a day. I don't know about you guys, but that tends to be the thing that builds up a lot for me. And even just spending 9 minutes a day decluttering can be really, really helpful. And then making repairs is the third step to Feng Shui. So anything that's squeaking, doors, windows that are broken, or screens that are torn, plumbing stuff, obviously, making repairs is really important. And then the last thing is making adjustments with intention. So today we're going to talk about a number of adjustments. Towards the end, I'm going to share with you the 3 secrets of reinforcement that really help boost the power and energy of these adjustments that we call them. So a couple really quick things. Because we often tend to have books in our offices, books are heavy energy. And I really encourage you not to have a bookshelf like this one where you have all these books piled to the ceiling. I encourage you to enclose any shelves that are that high or place books waist high or lower. Because the thing that happens is those books feel like they're going to come down on you. That's kind of that energy that it can feel oppressive, actually. And so I definitely wouldn't recommend having bookshelves in your bedroom. You can put them in your closet, or you can have, maybe in a covered bookshelf, but your bedroom also, all those words kind of floating around while you're sleeping is not beneficial for sleeping, right? Also, to uncloud your vision, to really have some clarity for your vision, is to clear off horizontal surfaces. And I know this can sometimes be difficult, but at least do it at the end of the day where you come back into a clean desk, a clear desk, if you will. And then the other piece with this is placing a mountain in your office can represent the success climb, right? And this picture actually happens to be from one of my fellow feng shui practitioners, Karen Rao Carter. She's written a number of books and spoke at our last conference. But this is one of her clients' mountain solutions to having a mountain. They actually have a window behind the desk, which can be very, very draining energetically. And so they purchased this shade of a mountain behind them. Really, really cool and very supportive to have that mountain kind of right behind you. You don't have to have a huge mountain. You could actually just have like a little pyramid on your desk or a smaller picture of a mountain in your office. But that really is representative of you climbing to success. So it's a really cool thing to add to your office.
Mm.
Okay, so attracting clients. So one of the things that I work a lot with my clients about is attracting clients and how do you do that? So I'm going to give you a couple quick things that you can do. Clearing out old files and old emails. This works amazingly well. And what I mean by that is people that you haven't worked with for a very long time, like get rid of their files. Or if it's somebody that you would like to work with again, pull them out and look at it. I've done this when I've been going through old stuff and I go through and I'm looking at the names of the people on my physical files and thinking about them and how much I enjoyed working with them. And then they call me. So it's really pretty cool. And of course, emails as well, right? If your email inbox doesn't have room for new business, it's going to be difficult for it to make its way in. So clear out those old emails. Another tip is that you can place the names of your favorite clients in your helpful people corner. So this is the helpful people corner. If you're coming into your office, it's going to be in the right front of your office, right here. And you can place these in a gray box or a gray envelope or a silver envelope. And that is the color. Gray is the color for the helpful people area. So you'll notice each area has a color associated with it. Gray is the one for helpful people. And then what I like to do is place write the names of some of my favorite clients and say, more like these, please, right? I want more clients like this. And then that is something that's really fun to be able to do with anybody that you need to be helpful for you. So could be your bookkeeper, could be your CPA, could be, a referral partner, something like that. You could also include their names in the helpful people corner of your office. And then for project success, you can place 3 coins, and I like to use the Chinese coins tied with a red ribbon. You can actually purchase those on Amazon, and you can place that on top of a project file. So if you're working on writing a book, for example, you can place it on top of the book. You can also place it on top of a filing cabinet if you still have a filing cabinet with those files of your clients in it. So that could be another option as well for creating success with that. Okay, so I have a question. Which chair do you think is better feng shui for an office, A or B? So pop that in the chat, what you think about that. Barbie says A. Anybody else? Evelyn's B. Got some B's. Awesome. Okay. All right. So from a feng shui perspective, between these 2 chairs, I would actually choose B. And the reason for that is because B has a higher back on it. Even though this one is wider and looks more comfortable, this black chair has a higher back on it, and it also has arms, right? So you're not typically going to see an executive of a business, like a big VIP, sitting in a chair like this. They're always going to have a chair that's, high back with arms. So be the executive of your business. It gives you support. Having a high back gives you support for making decisions. So you'll notice my chair here isn't ideal. I didn't purchase this chair. We're here not that often. And so I'm working with what I have. But back in Maui, I have a very high back chair that I use. And it's also great for protection, right? So that having that high back really is supportive. You can lean back to sit and think about things and make decisions. So this is the type of chair that I would choose for your office. Okay, this is my favorite thing to talk about is where to put your desk. So there are some challenging desk positions, and that's what we're going to chat about first. The challenging desk position here is called a gatekeeper. So this is where the desk is too close to the door. And I had a client, he was the owner of a very successful plumbing business in Minneapolis, and he had his desk like this. It was his desk was actually over here, but the door was over here. And so it was like real close to the door. And he was handling what happens when you're in gatekeeper is he was having to handle a lot of things that were not really, he shouldn't have to be handling. Somebody else should be handling that. As the owner, there should have been other people underneath him handling that. And also, his office actually wasn't in command of the space either, which I'll talk about in a moment. But this is the gatekeeper position. We don't like it because there's too much energy coming in right at you, and also because it's too close to the door. Okay, Evelyn, I will handle your question in a bit here. I'm going to keep going because I may answer part of that. Okay. The next one is when you're in line with the door. So the place that I lived previously on Maui, I had I had a room that doubled as a guest bedroom, which isn't ideal, but it was what I had, and it was my office, and I had to be, was the kind of situation I had to be in line with the door. And it's just a lot of energy coming at you. And you also don't have a direct view of the door. It's kind of like off to the side of you. What I did in this circumstance is I hung a small round crystal, and this would be a crystal that's probably 20 millimeters. It's going to be made of 30% lead. It's going to be round, and it needs to hang. And I would hang that between the door and the desk. So if you can't move your desk, you do have an option. And what that does is that crystal disperses the energy. So it doesn't come right at you because it makes it difficult to work when that happens. You can do the same thing with this. If you have a room where there's nowhere else to put the desk, but right in front of the door, you could do the same thing and hang a small round crystal here. And I'm happy to share links with anybody that needs that. You can email me and I can share links for those crystals. So these are also some challenging positions. And the reason these are challenging is because they make you vulnerable to the door. So in this scenario on the left, you cannot see who's coming in because you're facing away from the door. And if somebody were to walk in, they'd be almost fully in the room before you'd see them. I mean, yeah, you might catch them out of the corner of your eye or whatever, but you're not going to fully see them or be prepared for them coming in. So that's why I don't like this one. This other one, again, the desk is facing the wall, which again isn't great for expanding your view, and your back is to the door. So literally someone could walk all the way up to you and you not know it if they were super quiet. I had a client that had this situation, and she's like, her kids were always doing that. She had a basement office, and they were coming up behind her and she didn't hear them, and she'd be startled, right? And what happens is then you're not prepared for what's coming. You're not prepared for what's coming at you in your business or in life. So then let's look at the best position. So the best positions for your desk is the command position, which is the farthest from the door, but facing the door. So you'll see in this scenario, the back is to the wall, nice and solid support there, and they're able to see the door, right? So that's really supportive. This one is also okay because they are, I don't love the corner as much. I actually probably would straighten this desk out and put the back on this wall here, or actually I'd probably put it in this corner because then it wouldn't be in the doorway really, or it'd be further from the doorway, but it's still facing the door, right? So they're able to see what's coming at them. And with the solid back behind you, you can feel supported and protected, right? Okay, I'm going to just kind of slide back up for a second. So Evelyn had asked, what if you don't have a door but have an open area behind the desk? Let's chat more about that when we get to the question, because I'm not sure I'm understanding that quite exactly. And Wendy's excited because she has good feng shui. Yay, love that. Okay, let's see where we're going here. Okay, and here's another command position. So the door's over here. This is an L-shaped desk. A lot of people have those L-shaped desks, and they're the farthest from the door, but facing the door so they can see it. So set yourself up for success and place yourself in command with a high back chair with arms, and that can bring a lot more success for you. Okay. This is one of the pieces about feng shui that is really important. And this is called the 3 secrets of reinforcement. So the 3 things that we do, the body would be the placement of the object. So sometimes we place something specific, like in the case of remedying that desk in the doorway, we placed a crystal. So that would be the body, the placement of the object. You could even consider moving your desk as a placement of an object. And then the mind is really visualizing and focusing on your intent. What is it that you want to create? So in the case of that crystal, in between you and the desk, it's like, oh, I want to be able to focus more. I want to be able to calm down. I want to be able to handle the work that's ahead of me, right? And then the speech is the 6 true words. And we repeat that in feng shui 9 times. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. And what that actually means is, from an energy perspective, it's about the lotus flower opening up to reveal the jewel inside. So it's really about you opening up to the things that you want to draw in to those desires. So when should you never make a feng shui adjustment? We use the little acronym HALT here, and that's because we don't want to make adjustments when we're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. Why? Because you want to put good energy into what you're doing. You don't want to feel hungry. You don't want to feel angry. You don't want to be in a state of being tired. You're wanting to put good energy into what you're doing. And I do caution people to take things slowly. Don't do everything all at once. Do one cure, one adjustment, and see what happens. Let the energy sort of settle, right? So I want to leave a lot of a lot of time for questions. So I know that I've got another 3.5 minutes or something. So I'll have plenty of time for questions. But I did want to share, this is a little free gift that I have. It's called Open the Door to a Brighter Life. It brings for you 6 simple front door cures and things that you can do with the front door, which is also really important for business. You've got to have that energy flowing to your front door, whether you work at home or not. It's really important. And then it does include that full color bagua. And also currently, although this may change, the Find Your Flow Masterclass is coming with that. And that's 4 videos. There's 3 sort of quicker tip videos and then a longer masterclass. So I'll put the link to that. Once we're all done, I'll put the link to that in the chat. But there is the link there. And then I am for anybody that is interested in exploring doing feng shui in your whole space, like your whole home or your whole office, I did create a coupon code for GSFE. So you can save $50 on any feng shui consultation with that coupon code, GSFE. Okay. And then I had one other thing I was inspired to create for you guys. I have never, ever offered this to anyone. I'm just going to say that. And when I got sort of the guidance to do this, I was like, wait, what? But what it is, it's a feng shui of business abundance bundle, essentially. Say that 10 times fast. And what it includes is an office checklist. So there's 11 actions in there. I've covered a couple of those, but there's 8 more of those kind of really quick tips that you can use to shift the energy in your office and bring more flow as far as clients. It also includes 3 really powerful feng shui abundance cures. And like I said, I've never actually given these or offered these to non-clients before, not people that haven't been, doing an actual full consult with me. So this includes a birdseed adjustment, a gold mountain adjustment, and a treasure box adjustment. So those 3. I also included a method for manifesting, which is great for manifesting things that you want or even shifting unhappy circumstances. It's a real simple 2 cups cure. And then the Fame cure is really powerful. I've done that in the past. It's really amazing. All the opportunities that started coming in. After I did that, it just really puts you in the spotlight, helps increase your self-confidence. For speakers, this is a must. Like, I definitely would encourage you to do that. And you don't have to do it like every week or anything like that. You can do it once every 6 months or just whenever you're feeling like, my reputation needs a little bump or a little boost, right? And then there is also a virtual car wash adjustment, which is an easy doorway adjustment to clear confusion and energy. And I do this, I haven't set it up yet here in Washington, but I have it in my office in Maui. And it's a really great way to clear your energy as you're entering the office and as you're exiting. So it's kind of like leaving the work there and then coming in, leaving home stuff where home is. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. Well, that was pretty good timing. I do have one last little bonus tip for you guys. If you're feeling unsupported or attacked at work or in your business, you can hang a red scarf or a sweater on the back of your chair. Kind of think about the toreador, if you will. All right, I'm going to stop my share and open up for questions because I know there will be. So Evelyn, can you unmute and tell me more about your circumstance with your desk?
Yeah, I just have an archway instead of a door. It was just opened up. And I live in a mobile home, so it's small, so I don't have a choice.
Okay. Is there any way to, so what's in front of you? Is there a wall in front of you?
No, there's a window.
There's a window.
There's a window, but I hang this straight behind me.
Perfect. Yeah, I was going to say, if there's any way to kind of just shield yourself from that energy behind you, that would be good.
Yeah.
The other thing that I would recommend, Evelyn, is placing a mirror strategically so you can see behind you. And what that does is it allows you to be prepared for what's coming at you, even though you can't see it, right? But you can see it in the mirror.
Yeah, I have them outside my house, and then I have these crystals in my window.
Okay, yeah, this is a mirror specifically to see the doorway behind you. So that's what that would be for. Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
Let's see. Susie mentioned she noticed the number 9 a lot. Yes. 9 is a magical number in Feng Shui, and 9 is about reaching new heights. It's the last number before they repeat again. And we use the number 9 a lot. And you'll see that in, some of these other cures and things like that too. You'll see that number 9 coming up a lot because in Feng Shui, we often will say the phrases 9 times. We will when we're hanging a crystal, we'll do it in a length of 9, so like 9 inches or 9 centimeters. And it is all about reaching new heights. It's about success. So that's what that's about. Yeah. And red is a very lucky feng shui color as well.
So
Okay,
I just want to let you know that when I announce the meeting officially end, we have 15 minutes for people to just ask questions to Kim, because I don't want the meeting to run and late for those people that has to leave by 1:30. And so, but please stay at 1:30, and Kim will stay for another 15 minutes to ask, for you to ask questions, and she, be able to help you answer that questions if you don't mind. Thank you so much. Okay. And I will stop the recording.